Isn't it an exciting time to be alive? What are we here for if things were always just happening how we want them to, and there was no challenges and there was nothing to force our growth and things like that? So today's the 4th of November. Big stuff going on. We know all about that. We're also slap bang in the middle of Scorpio season, which can always be a little bit more tumultuous and fiery than how life normally is. So it's a really great time for change and seeing the bigger picture and getting to know yourself and what you want and saying no to things that you don't want, November, that kind of thing. So yeah, big stuff going on in the world at the moment. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but if anything, what is going on in the world at the moment, not just in America, but in my country, in the UK, it's showing us a bigger picture of people that think they're in charge of us, people that think they have say over us, people that can control us or try to control us. And what I feel is happening around the world at the moment is that people are starting to step into their own power and start thinking, hang on a minute, I didn't want this. I didn't ask for this. I don't need your help. This is not how I want to live my life, etc., etc. A lot of people now pushing back on various things and wanting to go their own way, take back their own power. There's a lot of people now wanting to go off grid more than ever, definitely, and do it with other people as well, so getting little communities together, and there's time banking going on, and just people grouping off and trying to step away from the big establishments and the control that they try to wield over us, and they're taking back responsibility, growing own food, being a community. It's like starting all over again. There's a lot of, like where I am down here in good old Kurnow, there's a lot of stuff where people are setting up groups together and just living a little bit more independently, helping each other in various different ways, healing centres popping up, like I said, lots of farm shops and things like that, people knowing each other and helping each other that way. And when we can understand how we can start going back to basics, like people used to call the good old days. I mean, they probably were the good old days, definitely compared to how things are now. People used to grow veg in their garden and swap it with a neighbour and things like that. And what was wrong with that? What was so wrong with that? That was amazing. That people used to talk to each other. Oh, how's old Bert getting on? Is gout getting better? That kind of stuff. What's wrong with knowing what's going on around you? It's great. You look out for each other. That's a lot of the things that's happened that's gone wrong the last 20, 30 years, definitely. I mean, when I was younger, grand old age of nearly 50 now, I knew everybody in my town. I couldn't go anywhere without getting into trouble, seriously. And that was before mobile phones, so God knows what would have Oh, I'm so glad there was no mobile phones back then. Everyone knew me. My family was quite well known, and I was always in trouble because I was a rebel anyway. Whatevs. But yeah, people would help each other as well. Someone was ill, they'd go and help them. Do you need anything from the shops? Do you need your gardening doing? It's just the way it was. What was so wrong with that? It's so the way that we are being pushed or corralled, I would say, into these, areas of small spaces, with a certain time to get from one place to another. In a way, they will be making people look out for each other better. I'm not saying that I agree with their plans in any situation. When I mean they, it's obviously the government, establishment, things like that. Yeah. These people that we vote in. Do we really vote in? Why have you gone off? Am I even recording? Sorry, my screen went blank then. Don't know what happened. So I hope I'm recording. Anyway, and I hope my microphone's a bit higher. So thank you for someone in the comments that told me how to adjust that. Thank you. Yeah, so these people that we supposedly vote in, I mean, in the UK at the moment, well, we've just had the budget and nobody's really surprised. Not really. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. We know what they're trying to do. We know that they're trying to stop all the farmers producing food. I mean, seriously, how ridiculous is that? Then what? Then what are we supposed to do? Well, it's a monopoly then, isn't it? You know, we have to go to them for food. Well, no, we don't. No, we don't. Learn how to forage. Learn how to grow your own foods. Barter with other people. You know, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be great, actually, but it's going to take a long time and a lot of adjustment, and it's going to upset a lot of people in a lot of ways. And this is where I think community really needs to start getting together. There's our older people that are so